My dream job is to be a stay-at-home mom. Like, come on. I have all of the qualifications. I cook, I clean, take care of the kiddies, put them to bed. I'll pack your lunch, his lunch, grandma lunch, auntie lunch. Come on. What's better than that? You know, I put my application in years ago. It's been denied a couple of times. I resubmitted it some new qualifications. I think it's still processing, so I'm gonna let you know how that goes. But that right there, my dream job.
Being a mommy is one of the most rewarding titles to have.
But we all know that it can be very challenging at times. Here on Mommy Crew Talks, we want to talk about the highs and lows of motherhood.
We will be sharing our experiences with one another and you.
We are not perfect, but we can give you some support and encouragement to continue to be the best mommy you can be.
Hi, and welcome to season 2 of Mommy Crew Talks. And today we are talking about being a stay-at-home mom or being a working mom. What do you guys prefer? I know that I'm in the middle, guys. I'm in the middle. Sometimes I want to stay home. Sometimes I don't want to stay home. I want to go out and, make that bread. Tisha, what you think?
Me, I will concur with you. I want to do a little bit of both. Sometimes I want to stay home. When the kids are in school, I have my own peace of mind. I can do whatever I want, handle my business. But then again, if they're home, I'm ready to go to work. It's time to go. But I love staying busy, so if I had to choose, if there was a choice, I would be the working mom.
Jan, what do you feel?
I like going to work. I like, having the kids do their own thing, and then because that gives me a piece of me. I feel like a stay-at-home mom, sometimes we lose a part of you because everything is revolved around home, cooking, kids. So I'll enjoy being the working mom.
I already know.
I'm gonna feel a little judged on my answer here because I've been fiending to be a stay-at-home mom. Like, I don't think, I'm not gonna lose myself because I'm gonna have my time in the daytime to do all that stay-at-home duties. By the afternoon time, I'm good by the time I get off of work. We can still go out to eat, party, brunch. We can still do that because I'm gonna fix up my life to be a stay-at-home mom. As long as dad knows that the weekends is mine, some nights is mine. Because, I'm taking care. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm doing everything in the day.
Best of both worlds, honey.
Hopefully
you're down
for that.
right? April, what would you rather?
I would rather neither. I don't want to do either of those things. I'm sorry. It's like, I'm listening to Tamika, and I'm like, cringe. And then I listen to Jamie, I love to work, I'm like, cringe. But what do I want to do? I don't want to do either. I want to do me. But, I like the kids when I like them. I like my husband when I like them, but I don't want to do all that. Define stay-at-home mom for me. Give me a definition. Because if we could get within the parameters of what I would like it to look like, then it's good. I'm not doing all that stuff you just said.
Well, for me, I guess you define your own stay-at-home depending on your situation.
Right.
I know some basic situations where the mom takes care of home. Cook, clean, laundry, that's all her. And I guess it depends on your partner or your husband or whoever you live with of how it operates.
You see, me and Chrissy, we stayed at home for a little bit. We would stay at home moms for a little bit, and we was bored.
As heck, I was bored as hell.
And then we worked at the same time for a little bit, and we hated that. So I think she But no, it is either way, they're both very difficult jobs, and
True.
because it's a job, and it's just in this time, in this age, you got to define what you want in your life, right? And the truth is, I would prefer to work because the way my bank account needs to look for me to live the life that I want to live we need multiple incomes, right?
Right.
Now, if homeboy will go out there and become rich, I might have a different answer for you. You know, like,
Right.
you know, I'll stay home. I still won't do everything Tamika saying she gonna do.
It's not that hard.
I would stay home.
I just feel
it's
like
not that hard for you.
No, I just feel like if I have to go to work and still come home and complete those tasks, why am I doing both? Like, I'd rather
True.
complete those tasks and then relax.
True.
Then relax. I don't have to think about working for nobody, going and take, I love being a teacher. I ain't gonna say take other people's kids, but it's like, let me relax. I could do all of that by 12 o'clock, the latest in the afternoon, and sit back and watch my Law and Order SVU, about 3-4 episodes, and then, I'm good to go. I'm
Every
relaxed.
single day, though?
You're a hater.
Tamika,
No.
you can be my sister wife.
No, not every single
No.
day, though. Like,
Okay, it won't be
even-
every single day. I'll switch it up. But all of y'all at work, Miss Working Moms. So I fill up my daytime so that when y'all get off and y'all like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm like, yo, but we can't go off a happy hour.
But
Hold
you
on.
rested. You rested.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Hold on.
exactly.
Let me
Rested.
say
You hear
this.
that? You hear that?
I'm working mom and I still have energy coming home.
We know that.
Well, we know that. You different.
Exactly. I'm cut from a different cord.
That's
I get
season
bored
5.
easily. I just like, even when I'm working, I just love to work, but I like to choose my own schedule. That's what I wish.
Okay.
If I had got to choose my own schedule when it comes to working. If I want to be home, I'll probably stay home probably for today. Like, I don't feel like going in. Let me do certain things in the house, but I gotta stay busy.
I hear that.
Being home, I'm like, okay, I'm getting paranoid, it's getting claustrophobic up in here. I gotta get out of this house.
Oh, I love my
No.
But you can do that. You have that option.
Right, but I don't want to get out the house and not do nothing. I need to stay busy. And if you ain't got no money, I'm going out the house, I'm going to sit in the park and play with the birds.
That's nice.
Yeah, for how long? For how long? But
My thing is, for me anyway, like you said, I like to stay busy as well, and I like to be a little bit social. And I had a time where, like she said, where we stayed home, and it was nice when they were younger. See, like so I've owned a daycare for a couple of years, and it was like staying home, if that makes sense, right? But I liked it because my child was younger, and I was able to move and make my own schedule, so I was able to make everything that she had to do. I was able to go to school events. I didn't miss that because I had my own schedule. Stay at home mom, the definition that, like how Tamika has to cook, clean, laundry. I don't even like the laundromat, okay? So
I still say my laundry till.
right. Oh, you still want to say your laundry? So you giving your
I
partner more bills as you stay home.
He gonna make the money.
I hear that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I like the flexibility. I like the flexibility of things. Yes, I want to stay home for a couple of days and do something, but for the most part, I can't see myself doing that every single day.
right.
So, Crystal, when you said, about what you would like to do, like when you owned your daycare and you worked basically from home, but you were able to do what you have to do, that's like, I don't think when we're talking about stay-at-home moms, that's really like
I'm
that's
still
a mom
working.
boss, right?
Right.
Mom
That's
boss.
a mom boss, right? I think I could do mom boss, but stay-at-home mom and just like I want to be a mom boss. That's it. So we can put that one in there. But I would like to be a mom boss because I get everything that Tisha just said. I felt light when you said that. It was like real light. I did not cringe. I was like light. I want to go to
You
the
want
park and
sweet
play
seats?
with the birds and then go and do some work too. Like I could do that. But so you were a mom boss, right? And now you're back in the working arena, and
I
it's
still
like
like to be out. I love
you
my
still
job.
like to be out. I find that it's a struggle for working moms, and it's a struggle for stay-at-home moms
It
because
is.
we both feel this need to do the thing that the other person is doing. Because as a working mom, this is the first thing. I'm a teacher, and when I go into the class, I tell my students all the time. I'm like, look. Don't come in here and tell me you're not going to do work, because I came here to work. And in me coming here to do work, I left my children. They have to get on school buses. They have to get home on their own, and they have to start their homework on their own. I can't do all of those things. I can't drop off lunch. I can't be the school mom. Like, I remember one time I went to a birthday party for my son from his class, and one of the moms was like, "Oh, you're Karan mom. I never saw you before." Like,
No,
Right.
I'm sorry.
Feel away.
Right.
I'm sorry, miss. I sit in the front of the school and welcome the kids in. Welcome my kid in too. I'm going to work.
Right. And
So
they get it
you
twisted
do that.
sometimes. No, they do. They really do. Because even with some of the teachers, when they call and say, "Oh, your child did this, your child did that," I said, "Well, I'm sorry, I'm not at home twiddling my fingers. I work. I'm a single parent, even though I'm married. I'm a single parent, and I gotta make sure there's food on that table, that roof is still being taken care of, there's clothes on their back, they need toiletries, I need things. So, time. I don't have the time, miss. I don't have it. I don't have it. Not that I'm not a concerned parent,
Right.
but call me when it's something that is
I know.
valid for me to take off from work, leave work early, for me to take care and make sure things are right for my child. Call me no BS about who pushed who and who said what.
Right.
Okay? But anyway, I digress.
Well, you know, like I'm a Google fan, so I'm looking this up as you guys are talking. So it says, who is a stay-at-home mom? The basic definition of a stay-at-home mom is someone who stays home to raise her children and manage her household. She may have one child or several children, and they can range in ages from newborn all the way up to high school. So that's the basic definition of stay-at-home. The modern day is someone who may or may not have left the workforce to stay home and raise her children. She may be highly educated and left a six-figure job to stay home. She may be planning or returning to the workforce once her children are older. Or she may have become a stay-at-home mom before ever entering the workforce. So, you know, you guys were stay-at-home moms before you guys enter the work. Didn't you guys say you work for?
But you cannot
Y'all
do
just
that for
cringed
too
a
long.
little bit.
Yeah, I did, because I'm not leaving my six-figure job. Honey, we gotta, we need a lifestyle to keep. I'm not
say
leaving
this. I've been a stay-at-home mom in infant years. And I'm gonna say, not even in infant years, in infant months. I've always been working, even before I had children. When I had my first child, I'm telling you, and people thought I was bugging. It's just I just can't stay home. I had to get out. He was a month. I was like, "Mom, I can't do it. I can't stay in here. I gotta go to work," because I don't know. For me, it does something to my brain. It's like I feel so. I don't want to get too complacent. So it was like I gotta do something. I gotta do something. Or else I'm gonna go crazy in here with this baby. Maybe I was going through postpartum. Maybe I was going through a little postpartum or whatever. But then I also think about, with me being in the work field, as opposed to me being a stay-at-home mom. If I was a stay-at-home mom, as far as education-wise, I feel that I am an educator. However, with me working, I felt that my time was not put into the children as much for them to excel the way I wanted them to excel. Because that's a struggle as well. And that's a battle. Gotta make sure everybody stay on point, but if my time is not there, who is there? Where's the village that we claim that we have to help with that, for them to excel the way we want them to excel, you know?
So that actually goes into being a single
Single mom.
parent, single mom, and you know, single moms leading the village, because you can't do everything. They want us to do everything. And guess what? When something happens on the street with your children, the first person, they're not even looking for daddy.
Nope.
The first thing they like, where was his mother? Where was her mother? And it's like I can't be everywhere. Especially with these teenagers, and I'm gonna keep saying it because my daughter's a teenager, like they go off and do any and everything, and then the repercussions is on us. It's like,
parent, it's on the
you
mom.
didn't know that this was happening, or you didn't know that they were doing this, and I'm just like, no, I didn't.
Hold
I didn't.
on.
Did you know?
The repercussions
Let me just
fall
say-
in the parent that they see with the child the most. So you can't really see it. If they see the mom and the dad.
Absolutely not. Nope.
No.
That's not true. Absolutely not. 99.9 times they're gonna say the mother. Why? Because we're the nurturers, we're the ones who's supposed to do these things, whatever. So definitely they're gonna blame the mother.
hold on. Let me just say this. I don't want to negate the fact that majority of these times, the dad is in the picture. The dad is living with mom. But mom is taking on that single parent role because dad is not stepping up
For some.
as the partner within the relationship to even help out with these certain things. So I don't want to take away the fact that some dads are there and some dads are actually doing those mommy roles because now mom is not stepping up as mom or don't have that nurture. But again, you know, you never know what someone's going through. You don't want to take anyone's experience away from them. But at the end of the day, I'm not taking away from any mom that stays home because that's a job within itself. Okay?
So I don't want no one judging me when my application gets approved.
I'm trying to throw your application this way because you could be my sister wife. I'll take it. You know, we can build a
We
family.
can try this.
All right. But on that note, Tisha, like I'm like my husband, he is bomb.com, okay? Because I don't have to worry about any of that stuff. He has a job that allows him the time to do a lot of those things. He works for 24 hours and he's off for 3 days. So it cycles that way.
Right.
So he's at school. He'll go to be the dad in the classroom. He speaks to the guidance counselors. He picks them up from school. He'll drop off lunch when he gets a call like, oh, can you drop off
Can I
lunch?
clone him?
No. So, I don't do that stuff. And he cooks. What Tamika is saying is like, so you want me to take over that job? I don't have to worry about that. If I wake up in the morning and I say I want lunch tomorrow, he'll be like, oh, here's your coffee, I made you lunch. You know, I don't have to worry about those things because he's the type of person who, he knows I have the time and she's a working mom the same way I am. There are things that I could take off her plate that won't have her as stress. And guess what? That adds to everything else that goes on because my husband will never complain about anything else either. You know?
I hear you. That is a whole other episode.
But we all still need villages, right?
Absolutely.
Not only the single mom. And the reason why I did posts like that, because I feel like as women, we need to reclaim these titles that
Absolutely.
we hold on to. And if you have a village, then you are not single, right? Single means one person, right? And if you have a village and if you have a whole bunch of people who chip in or are there to help you, then you have a village. Don't claim that single mom title, right? Because you have people there to assist you. Now, as far as you not being in a relationship, then you know, you're not in a relationship. But the stigma that they place on single mothers is like it don't make anybody any better who's not single. There are married women who are you a single mother? No, you're a married mother with a husband who doesn't do anything, right?
That's what I said.
So you're not a
even
single
though I'm married,
mother, right?
I act. My role is, and my actions are like a single parent. Because, you know, I didn't even have to put it in black and white. It's just clear as day. Even though I'm married, FYI, I am a single parent. So it's like read between the lines, you know? Mm-hmm. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
And then we claim these titles, and then our children begin to
I was just about to say that.
hold on to these too. I teach high school, and you know, it just happened Friday. We're having a conversation, and the kid said something about his father, and another kid said, "You know your father?" And I said, "What kind of question is that?"
Right.
You know, and
But it's real for some of them.
it's
Right?
but is it? And that's to make light of it, to make a joke. You know your father, right? You all know your fathers.
Some
They're
people
not-
don't know.
I mean, the kids that I'm talking about, they know their fathers. So it's like they take these terms and these things, and you know, mom saying I'm a single mother and this, and they put it out there into the world, and then it just keeps cycling. And I'm like, you know your father, his name is on the emergency contact, right? Like if you're spending time with him, because at a certain age, sometimes you drift apart from your parents. Like, you know how men are. You know, so, you know, like, I just feel like we need to start claiming better titles, especially as African American women. Like, I don't want to own those titles because, like, they always want to give you something. Ain't none of your business whether I'm single, married, I'm a mom. You know?
Right.
And then our kids will grow up saying, well, my mother did it on her own, so I could do it on my own too. Like, do you
But-
want to keep recycling that same?
Here's the thing though, the children pick up what mom does and they can see what dad does not do. Not, again, I'm not taking away from the dads that are on point. And even though we might say, you know, I act as a single parent, we're not saying it, well, I can only speak for myself. I don't say these things in front of my children. I don't say anything bad about their dad. I don't say anything because they have their own perception of what their dad is and what their dad do and what he doesn't do. So I will never bash him. But then when you hear conversations, it's not that they're speaking to you, they're speaking to their peers, you hear all the negative things they have to say about what dad doesn't do, or what their dad do, what their mom does, what they see. So they go off of what they see sometimes, not what they hear. So,
And that leads into the conversation we were talking about co-parenting and what that means. So I was saying, is co-parent, can you live with the parent and still co-parent? Or do you have to be parallel from the parent and parent, right? It looks different for everybody, because I feel like I don't have a co-parenting situation. I don't even have a parenting, I'm the parent. So I don't know, like, how does that work? Because do you have to be married in order to say, well, you're not co-parenting, right? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, are you single? What is co-parenting to you guys?
who wants to go first? Or I can go.
Google.
I'm a Google, but as I talk, but I just think that co-parenting is usually like when you're split, you have a household, he has a household, and you guys are working on the same goals and the same visions for your child. She's by you this weekend, so this is how, you already know how we raise, y'all doing the same, that's healthy co-parenting.
Healthy, right?
Not healthy co-parenting is when you let her do whatever you want to, what she want to do when she come over to you on the weekends or whatever, then I gotta fix that when she's with me for 5 days. Like, that's just not gonna work. But I think co-parenting is usually when they're separate. But I'm gonna find out what Google says right now speaking.
I'm gonna agree with Tamika with the living in separate different households, but communication is a big key. Like she said, you go to dad's house and then he lets you do certain things. No, you go to dad's house. If it's something that's questionable, hold on, let me call your mom. Are you aware of Taylor going about some party or whatever? Because I could have told her no when she asked me about this party. And she went by dad the same week of the party and said, hey dad, can I go to this party? And dad says, sure, and send her instead of calling, well, let me check in with mom first. It's all about communication.
But who has the final say in the co-parent? Because maybe he feels that when Taylor's with him, she's responsible enough to go off and do whatever. You understand? For me, like, if we're gonna co-parent when she's with you, I shouldn't even have to worry. Like, you make the decisions on what happens when she's with you. And then I'll make the decisions. You guys can make a decision together, say we have to agree on what to
communication.
do. Right. But if he, he can be real ignorant and say, well, she's with me. What you worried about?
And I can say, I told her no when she asked me because of X, Y, and Z.
I think what Tisha said is correct. It's about communication, like, period. So I would go with what Tamika said as well, and I would agree with Tisha, because even, when you're not in separate households, like, there's times when you make decisions, like, there's certain decisions I won't make without my husband. Even it's not who goes, like, it's a discussion that needs to be had, and we need to hear each other out so that when we present to our child, we're presenting on a unified front. Whether I was leaning towards one way and he was leaning towards another way, we're going to present unified all the time. So we have to have a discussion so that we're like, all right, well, I feel this way, but we're going to go with you because you feel strongly about this. We'll go with what you're saying, and that's where we're going to leave it. So there's certain decisions where if he would make it and it was like you know, a party or something like that, and I'm like, I told him no, then, you know, it'll be, I don't think we would be upset. I think it'll be more like we'll be mad at the kid. You know?
No, because you know what? Some these children have times where they play cards against, right,
Yep.
against mom and dad, and
Especially if they know they're separate.
correct.
Right.
Especially when they know that they're separated, and what for whatever reason it's like, well, I know if I go over here, if I go over here next week, I'm gonna get to go to that party because he's gonna say yes.
Right.
I ain't gonna tell him that I asked my mother. You know, like, and then you find out she went to the party. Now you're calling dad like,
And then y'all arguing.
you let I'm just calling names. You let this girl or this guy go to this party. I told him that they cannot go.
But why wouldn't you relate that before she even get there?
Because I wouldn't even think that because this could have been something she asked me a week or two ago. I'm not thinking now that you're going over to the other parent's home for you to lay it on the table again.
It's like communication. It's communication.
You know?
It is communication.
And it's trust. Like, I want to trust that, you know, if I'm telling you something as your mom, it's not because I just don't want you to do anything, especially like if I know what type of environment you're going to be around. I've been there, and you know, they like to say, oh, that's back in your time, you don't know what you're talking about, da 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 da. No, I've been there, and I've seen on numerous occasions the different events that has been in my view of what takes place, and this is the type of environment I should put you in? Absolutely not. So you're gonna go somewhere else and ask the other parent if you can still go. Now, God forbid something happens if they let you go. I think about that. After I told you no, he said yes, and you went. Something happened. And that's when I find out about this event. Like, didn't I tell you that you couldn't go? And that's when I'm going to be upset. I'm going to be upset with the child, but then I also will get some anger with the dad too. You know, like, why didn't you call me? Because it should have been like, well, how long did you know about this? Because I asked questions. How long did you know about the party? Okay. Did you ask your mom? What did she say? Let me call her. That's what the whole communication thing is for me.
But that's when you have a good communication with your
Right. That's a healthy,
communication.
a healthy co-parenting situation.
I know my daughter, she only asks me things, so I'm like the bad guy. And I was like, it's never just, I'm gonna ask you, then I'm gonna ask dad. I'm gonna ask dad, and no, it's always me. Mommy, can I? Mommy, can I? There's times when I say yes, there's times when I say no. But when I say no, I'm the big bad wolf. You know, I feel like, you know, I'm like, well, you daddy's girl because, oh, daddy don't things like you. I said, but you never go to daddy. Daddy lives in the household, he's here or whatever, but you always come to me with everything. Because you're the one who handle everything. So then all the pressure still is on me. Although we're still in the same house, daddy has just as much control, whatever. Although daddy looks at me like, yeah, okay, that's good. That's good, like if it's okay or whatever. But I'm the big bad wolf because I'm the one that she always asks, and I'm the one that have to give the yes or no. So it's like me and her's always back and forth with it now. So we could be at the same house, separate house, and these
But
kids
it's
still
right. It's still a co-parenting situation. I think we made it where it's separate, but whoever you're with, whether you're married or not, you still have to co-parent, which includes communication.
Right.
Includes because again, we have these children that go to dad and may not go to mom, but we still have to make a decision. We still have to parent together.
Correct.
So it doesn't. For me, my definition wouldn't be if you live in the same or live separate. We still have to communicate, and we still have to make a decision for our children. Now there's toxic co-parenting obviously out there, and so those situations, because that to Tamika's situation is they can live in the same house and she could be, and it could be something toxic.
True.
You need to say something about co-parenting because
I think got a little warm on this side. It's a little warm.
But you know what I'm saying? Like I feel still, even though I'm married, and I feel like I parent, I still feel like I'm in a, because she'll still go, even though she knows that I make the rules, and I'll say, if I say, she knows what I'm gonna say no to, so she'll go to her dad and be like, well, let me get a couple dollars so I could da-da-da. And then he won't ask me till she know I'm going. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, he's like, so where did Kamaya go? You gave her money. How do you not know? Like, get the details, right? For me, I don't even care if he let her go, but find out the details. You understand? I'm that parent, like, doesn't really have to call me, because that's what it's both about, y'all. If something happened to her, I'll be like, so you let her go. And
You
now,
gave her the money.
right? And you gave her the money. Now she's stuck. Go get her. That's my co-parenting situation. Like, if she's with you or you make the decision, own your decision
And
and
leave it
right
away.
and find the details out. Don't come to me now. So that's why, mine's not so healthy, but I mean, like you said, it's communication. Miss Jamie, you have been very quiet.
No, she's been hot, steamy, hot, steamy, hot. Over here.
Right. Do you have a co-parenting situation?
I do not, absolutely not, and I don't care who sees this, his mother, whoever, I do not. Absolutely don't, nope, it's
You
all
can
me.
put a little disclaimer at
It's
the bottom.
all me, moi.
It's all
Because,
mommy.
yeah, he obviously, we're separated, he lives in Atlanta, drove by your house. He lives in Atlanta, but is nothing. He doesn't feel that he needs to call me to find out what's happening with the children. If it's something that important, I should call him. He feels
Is it
that.
because they're older now?
He's been going for 7 years, so they wasn't always older. They were young. They're still in a young age when you left. For 2 years, when he left, for 2 years. For 2 years.
How many years?
2.
Okay.
When he left, I didn't. No phone call, no text message, no nothing.
Ghost.
Nothing. So financially, everything was on me. I had to get a second job, which kind of worked out for all of our kids. Because, shout out to BAL. And we all got our kids in there. And, I mean, I made it work for 2 years. And then he reappeared again. And then I'm just like, okay, all right, so what are we going to do? Can we try to make this co-parenting work? Absolutely not. It can't.
What did you want in the co-parenting?
What I wanted in the co-parenting was split. Financials should not always be on me. Like, I have to be going to the supermarket spending $500. If I ask you for $100, it takes you 3 months to give me $100. We starve by then. You live in a nice home in Atlanta. Come and get these kids. I have no problem. I'm not one of those
You might get like, can't go here.
No,
Me neither.
because my kids are old enough to tell me if this person that you're with is treating them badly. She would know better anyway. But I would also have that conversation with both of them. Like, hey, the kids are coming here. These are the things that I expect. You know what I'm saying? And then if it went bad the first time, I would have to reevaluate it. But nothing. I just have them all the time. All the time.
This is why you gotta be the working mom.
Right. I mean, for me, I was fortunate enough to work for Head Start, which allowed me the flexibility where I never missed a basketball game. I never missed a PTA meeting. Like, I never, even now, I'm in the Board of Ed, but still now, I did PTA this morning for my daughter's school. So I'm glad that I was able to kind of still be a little bit of both, but if it wasn't for these two right here, like
for the village.
yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it really wasn't for my village, because if I couldn't make a game, Crystal made it. If Crystal couldn't make the game, Tamika made it. Okay, she'd be on the floor, laid out, taking video, like, look what's happening. So that's the plus of not having the father. But when certain things and I make certain decisions and he hears about it, he'll call me. Don't call my phone now. Please don't. Don't call my phone. Don't call me. Don't text me. Don't come to my house. When you come to Brooklyn, find somewhere else to meet your kids.
Ooh, that's right at you.
So, something came to mind. We're having this conversation, us mommy crew, and you said the single parent stigma, right?
Single moms.
Single mom. Why is it a stigma for single moms?
Because the majority
But
of the time
not
is the single moms.
No, but not for the dads. Like, we never talk about.
You know what?
Right. They
Hold
get
on,
praised.
no.
Right. They
There's a
get
stigma
praised
for
for that.
single moms, but then there's a stigma for the deadbeat dads.
Oh, so that's what.
Right. So we have the single moms and we have the deadbeats. Got the same deadbeats.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, what do you mean? There are single dads. I know a couple. You know what? I feel like they get praised more
Right. It's
than,
not a
than single
stigma.
mom. It's no
Yeah.
stigma. It's like, oh my God, you have your
Well,
child.
you're so good.
That is so good. You're so good.
I find that so attractive.
You do.
I really do.
I mean,
I really do. When I see a dad and the way he interacts with his children, and I find that so attractive. It's very attractive.
no, I get what you're saying. It is attractive to me. Like, you really like stepping up. Like, dude, like.
And then when you see them, like even like in parent teacher conference, and they're asking all these
Questions,
intelligent
stuff,
questions,
right?
I'm like, wait a minute now.
Where your partner?
Right, listen. Okay, I don't know. It's just something about it. It's just, I don't know. It's just.
I think it's because you don't have that experience.
Right.
Your experience. So when someone else is doing it, it's like, wow.
Right.
Yes. Other people are doing it. You see? Other people are doing it. So
Right.
it makes it look very attractive. I get you, because it makes it look very attractive to me too. I'm like,
Yeah, I find it very attractive. I'm just saying. Listen.
like, you actually came to PTA? Okay.
Listen, not only PTA, when just the way, even with the, it's just the way they interact with
Anywhere in the
children,
park.
anywhere, you just gonna walk in,
You make her
cleaning,
slide. Look at you.
right, fixing them,
Go ahead,
you got
Dad.
something, cleaning the nose, if it's a daughter, their daughter, they fixing their hair, and they just do all this stuff, and I'm like, oh
That's what you
my
go to the park for. Look at what
Not birds.
I don't
Not birds.
know.
I wasn't waiting like, come on, look at her over there with all those kids.
Right. No, they don't say look at all them kids, like, I could take care of you and them kids.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, listen, go that way.
Okay.
I'll give them the time of day, but it's so attractive to see them.
So, with that said,
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you brought that. It is a stigma with single moms, and it's not always positive.
True.
And unfortunately, the dads get all the praise if they're the single ones. I think because it doesn't happen. Well, we don't see it as much as we do single moms, right?
You do see it. If it's a single mom, there's a single dad somewhere attached
No,
to
but
that.
that has their children, right? Do you see a lot of single dads that actually have the children or have custody of their children? That's very rare for me, anyway.
My uncle, he took custody of his child.
Custody, but are they taking care of their children? That's the difference.
You mean if there's like another, like a bonus mom somewhere in the corner?
There's no bonus mom, but it's like you have custody, or you want to take on the role. I want my children, or I want my child, I want my son, I want my daughter. But are you taking care of them as far as making sure that they're straight, financially, education-wise, academically, I should say. But you're also looking to see if there's handouts other places instead of you taking the initiative to making sure that they're stable. Because I'm seeing it. I've seen it. It's still going on, So you can say, yeah, he might be the single dad who has custody, but is he playing that role as a stand-up dad, as that role model for role model for these children?
So there's some moms that do that same thing.
No,
There's some moms that use their child just to get that extra dollar from the government. So
That's
And they
true.
have a lot of them. A lot of them. I'm like, what? She's supposed to have
I guess that's why the stigma's there too.
I know.
Right.
But I've seen it all. I've
Right.
seen both ends of it. And listen, I like all the single moms I know, they rock. And
Big up to the single mom.
Pick up.
they rock.
y'all are
And
not single moms.
I said all the single
Oh,
moms.
the single mom. I said, big up to the single
Oh,
mom.
I thought y'all was like,
I'm like April said, like, I don't want to claim single mom. No, I have a village, so I don't do it by myself. I don't want to do it by myself.
Right, I kind of concur with April. Let's change that whole dynamic.
Yeah.
The language. Language plays a big part. Let's change the language. We have to manifest greatness, right? So, big up to what?
Look, big up to the moms, period. Like, we're all moms, we're all doing it. Big up to the moms and all the villages that are helping them take care of their kids.
Oh, yeah.
That's just the way. I need a village. I mean, husband is good, but they just be leaving us alone. Like, we just be me and him on an island with these kids. We are so outnumbered, and it's just be us. We be looking at each other like, I guess we got to do this ourselves.
Listen.
Oh, that's another. We'll talk about it after. So, in conclusion, again, we want to, just praise any parent that has to take on all these responsibilities. But moms,
Absolutely.
you rock.
Yep.
It is Mother's Day weekend, and
Yes,
we want to
it
just say
is.
Happy Mother's Day
Happy Mother's
to
Day.
all of the moms, whether your children are in the home, not in the home. You birthed someone, you are a mother.
You took on the responsibility of someone.
Absolutely.
You are a mother.
Right. And we appreciate all moms. Join the Mommy Crew on Facebook. We are also on Instagram at Mommy Crew 50. And our lovely talk show is on Instagram as well, Mommy Crew Talks. And remember, subscribe, share, leave your comments. Anything you want us to talk about, leave it in the comments. Till next time. Ta-ta.